doing the research now to renovate both my bathrooms upstairs, and also I'm adding a bedroom and bathroom in my basement because I have big windows in my basement, so it won't be too much to add an egress so I can count it. And
are you having it done or doing it? I'm curious.
He's having it done.
I'm going to have all the stuff done that I would so like carving into my foundation to create a big enough egress window so I can count the basement bedroom as
I wouldn't touch that.
Yeah, I'm not touching that. As far as like flooring and stuff, like if I
can got a jackhammer?
No, I don't have that. Well, it would be some like wet saw that they use. So I'm going to hire people for that. Crane? I'm basically planning to hire people for every bit of it, and maybe I can like figure out flooring if it's not too hard. But even then, I'm like, I think I would like if I do slate flooring in the bathrooms, it could be like I'm gonna fuck up the grout lines and I'm not gonna make it correct. And so I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and pay for the people to do it. I think that
I recently did some drywall repair. I mean, I learned a lot. I think the next time will be better.
All right.
So see, I want to avoid that. I don't want to have my foray into like I don't want to pay a bunch to have the bathrooms redone and like the other bathroom added.
Well, let me pitch this to you.
Okay.
If it was like the mudroom and you were doing a drywall repair behind the washer and dryer, you might make the same decision I did, where like this is the place you learn.
Yes, 100%. If I were doing it in my laundry room where it's very hidden from guests, that is the place to learn. The bathrooms and the flooring in my dining room and kitchen are not the place to learn these things, because I'm going to at least make a million mistakes, and it's going to like, I'll finish it and be happy with it. Like I'll like finish grouting or something and be like, yeah, that's not too bad. And then I'll look up a picture of what it should look like and be like, oh, they shouldn't be an inch wide, should they? That was a lot of grout that I was having to use.
The place to learn where I learned a lot, Habitat for Humanity volunteer site.
Interesting.
Yeah. They'll put you to work. You can learn new skills.
I did not know that.
Do a good thing, hopefully.
Well,
I need to have one of them Habitat for Humanity grout jobs.
Yeah, you would. You would.
They have the same kids that did this grout didn't do the electrical. Beggars can't be choosers, ma'am.
That's where the expert kind of like, you're the unskilled labor and they're the expert, and then like some guys are more skilled than others.
No, you definitely want somebody to do your flooring. If looking at it in the future and you saw that there was a 1/4 inch here and a 3/8 of an inch there, and that was going to irk you, then you've got to have a professional do.
Then I will be having a professional, because if I'm spending this, and I had like no idea till I started fact finding. I'm not like going to pursue it like as far as getting people here until after tax season, because I want to know what I have to pay them. But holy fuck, it's so expensive. Like, I get that it's going to be like minimum 50 grand to add an additional bedroom, bathroom, because they have to build the egress, they have to build the bedroom, they have to add the bathroom in the basement. That makes sense. But everywhere online is saying it's going to be like $25,000 to $35,000 per bathroom upstairs just to renovate it. And that's just renovating to like a nice bathroom, certainly not a Woody tier bathroom, but that seems insane. And so there's no fucking way I'm going to pay $35,000 to renovate one bathroom. That's bananas. That seems insane.
I've done that.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Or it's not. Look, the tile is the hard part. Tile is hard, especially if you're doing like a nice looking shower that's going to have that big glass door that swings open.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
And the tile's going to have a gradient to it so that it all drains correctly, of course, while all staying true and square. That part is hard. I've done bathroom floors and I've done kitchen floors all tile, but it was 12-inch tiles, like the big ones, maybe 8, but they were big. Now, in a bathroom, you're probably going to be doing smaller tiles. In my bathroom, that I had done like years and years back, there's these little like 1-inch tiles. There's like tons of those. And I watched that guy doing it.
I don't like that look. So I wouldn't do that. God.
Like, it was so hard. Like he had this whole, I don't know what to call it. He had a thing to keep him true. Like he wasn't just being an
Different
artist
now.
placing.
You buy 1-inch tiles in like a 1-foot grid, and then you smear the grout in between it, and it looks like 1-inch tiles if that's the look you're targeting, but it works like bigger tiles.
It's got like a webbing under it.
Yeah.
These were squares that were like, I don't know, like that big each, like lots of those. But then they changed shape. He was making himself. He was chipping them off, like to make like smaller squares, because they started big and then got smaller toward the middle. I don't know. That guy did a really good job. What I'm saying is that's something I could never do. Like tiling a bathroom floor, I got nowhere to begin. But ripping one out and like doing all that work would be simple as could be. Just taking the old toilet out, taking the old floors out, taking the walls out, taking all the cabinetry and all that. Like,
I can do the demo.
What I'm saying is I don't know how you get to $35,000. And
that's what I'm saying.
I want to see. I need to see that itemized, and
that's what I'm thinking. Is like I looked up the toilet. Like an excellent toilet is like $1,000. I looked up the vanity, and if I want like an 85-inch, 86-inch 2-sink vanity for my master, that's like a super nice one of those is like $2,000. And so it's like, okay, that's $2,000. The toilet's $1,000. Adding the shower, I'm going to have it custom built. Let's call that, $4,000, $5,000. Like, where's the rest of this? Like, where's the rest? Is it all labor? Is it $28,000 of labor to do this?
The stuff like his basement sounds. I'm not sure what you even mean when you talk about altering the foundation, but that sounds like some real deal.
So the basement windows that you get in like ranch style houses. That's what I live in, where there's usually there's sometimes a window in the basement. Like when the kid
that's kidnapped and he's trying to crawl through that little window that's horizontally.
So wide. the thing is, it's the windows down there now are pretty big. They're like 18 inches tall and then probably 5 feet wide. And there's a few of those windows. But the coding, if I want to count it as a bedroom, says that the bottom of the window cannot be less than 44 inches from the finished floor. And so I would have to hire someone to cut out below that until it gets down to like 43 inches or whatever. And then I would replace that. And then, those basements where you see like an egress is cut out and so I would have to do that. And that's only like $7,000 at the absolute most.
Why don't you raise the floor?
Home, it would be listed with more bedrooms and resale.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Why don't you raise the floor?
Well, I will have to add a subfloor to make sure it's 100% even. But
why lower the window when you could raise the floors?
Because I still want it to be a reasonably high ceiling. Because the rule also is that you cannot count it as a bedroom unless the ceilings are a minimum of 7 feet high, and I've only got like 8 feet ish of clearance, and so I can't just add.
How much crawl space is there? What I'm saying is it's a lot easier to raise a floor than lower a window, especially when you're already going to do your floors.
But the floor would have to be raised like 3 feet, 4 feet.
Yeah, put it on stilts. Yeah, just on the foundation.
It's like a 16 inch. I measured the other day. It's like a 16 to 18 inch reduction I would have to get just to make the egress window count and get a big window. And so there's no fucking way I'm going to raise my floors 18 inches because then it wouldn't be a 7-foot ceiling.
That I would. And
I couldn't count it either way.
Ceilings and raising the floor and leaving the window the same.
I can't raise the ceilings. That's where the rest of my house is.
There's a crawl space in between. I'd want to know how much. I'm just saying lowering a window sounds like a big job. But that bathroom thing, that's wild because I would need to see that itemized to really understand what was going on. Maybe then it makes sense. But I'm going to tell you, every time I would show somebody like the itemized cost of a car, I was in my head, I'm thinking like, this is such bullshit. They don't call me on all this horse shit.
I have 2 pieces of advice.
Yes.
It's not polite to give advice that wasn't asked for, but I've made some mistakes. One, get more than one quote. You probably do that. You're probably going to do it anyway, but get more than one quote. 2, and this is a mistake I've made repeatedly, don't pay until they're 100% done. I don't think I've ever had a contractor who didn't come to me with his palm out when he was 95% done. Hey, Woody, this is almost wrapped up. Why don't you just pay me now and I'll do the last 5% after you pay me. And it's like, because I'll never see you again.
Yep.
If this last 5% is that easy, go earn the payment. Remember at the beginning when I paid half up front? Did that check bounce? Was that check late? Well, here's the part at the end where you do the work.
Yeah.
Now you need to be as reliable as I've been at writing checks and get the entire job done. I didn't write you a check that mostly finished. It was all the way finished. That's what your job needs to be. And yeah. Anyway, I could rant harder.
Good advice. Like that, I will follow both of those because I have heard not just you, but many people tell horror stories about, oh, I got bullied into paying too early, and then he just was out like a demon's whisper, just never to be seen again. And it's like, okay, well, I guess now I have to grout the tiles that still have those weird spacings in them.
I have a recommendation. So you ever use the Thumbtack app?
I don't know what that is.
Thumbtack lets you hire local handymen to do projects ranging from hanging your TV or assembling your gym equipment to things like you're talking about. And when you go on there, you'll be able to look at everybody's resume, and they have this long list of customer reviews. And it's for specific jobs. A lot of guys really specialize in what I just mentioned, assembling equipment and hanging televisions and hiding wires and drywall and stuff like that. And they'll have like 150 reviews, everybody praising them and stuff. I guarantee there's some guy on there who does bathrooms too. And they're listed, and you can arrange them or sort them in order by hourly pay. So like I found a guy to put my last elliptical together because it was a bitch for took him 2 hours. I think I paid him $12 an hour or something. And I tipped him, but like he got paid, but like it was cheap, and it was going to take me 2 hours. If it took him 2 hours and he's
taking you 4 hours. Yeah.
That's what he does for a living, is put them bitches together. And he was out there just reading the instructions and shit. That was the best $100 I ever spent, whatever it was.
Interesting.
I'm sorry. The site that competes with that one that I use, it might be worse. I'm not. Angie's List. You probably know of Angie's
I've heard of
List,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's like Yellow Pages, but just for contractors, electricians and stuff. And it also has a lot of reviews, and you can see if like some guy has 455 reviews, he's hardcore. This is what he does. If some other guy has like 6 reviews, you're like, okay, is this the kind of guy I'm looking for? Like, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
I think Angie's List is going to be more like easy to find, like a super reputable guy, and probably more official. But I think if Thumbtack is like you immediately are DMing with this guy. You cut Thumbtack out right away. You're like, hey, bro, what's your fucking number?
So I'm going to take those jobs one at a time. First one, I want to get the biggest one done first, which is adding the bedroom, bathroom combo in my basement, because that's the only one I can be 100% sure will add a lot of value to my house.
Don't answer if you're not saying online. Why a new bedroom? Why another bedroom?
I'm moving in
for the baby.
It's because Kyle's moving in. No baby, not yet. It's just like to go up another bedroom and bathroom would add a tremendous amount of value where I'm at in my neighborhood, in my area, because I love the area I'm at. I love my neighborhood, like what I'm surrounded with, and so I want to stay here for a long time. And I'm fortunate enough that like the unfinished area of my house is absurdly big. And so like even after I add this, and it'll probably be like a 450-ish square foot addition in the basement, I've still got probably 1,400 square feet of unfinished left that I could play with. And most of that's going to be gym and storage. But I just want to have that so that if I have to sell, or if down the road I need an additional bedroom, it would help. And also, I would like when I'm working out to have a bathroom downstairs. That would be nice. I can just like be lifting and then be like, I gotta pee, I gotta fill up my water again. Just pop into the bathroom, boom, I'm there. I don't have to walk up those cumbersome stairs. Maybe that's not like a $50,000-$60,000 problem, but it's going. It will be
another problem solved by diapers.
I just see it as like this is the one that's most obviously an investment in my house, and that makes the most sense. And so I don't want to start with a bathroom upstairs, get totally disillusioned with how long and arduous these processes are, and then go, I don't want to deal with the basement thing. That's going to be a nightmare.